Hello. It's no secret that President Donald Trump inherited one of the worst economies due to the Biden administration's horrible policies and out of control spending, printing too much money, causing everything to be more expensive, especially for the middle income family and lower income family. Thankfully, President Trump seems to be in a rush to turn that around. For instance, earlier, Trump signed an executive order which will begin the process of establishing an American sovereign wealth fund. The fund, set to be created within a year, will use government assets to generate money so that the government isn't so dependent on taxpayers. Trump's Treasury Secretary nominee, Scott Bessent, stated, "We are going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people. We're going to study best practices as done around the world. It'll be a combination of liquid assets that we have in this country as we work to bring them out for the benefit of the American people." So at first glance, Scott Bessent seems to be suggesting that the US government should invest their money in growing businesses and other assets that can produce cash flow so that the government is flush with cash and isn't always having to print recklessly or steal money from the American taxpayer. President Trump later confirmed this by referencing TikTok as a potential new asset for the U.S. Sovereign Wealth Fund. He stated, "We're going to be doing something, perhaps with TikTok, perhaps not. If we make the right deal, we'll do it. Otherwise, we won't. But I have the right to do that, and we might put that in the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Whatever we make, or if we do a partnership with very wealthy people. A lot of options, but we could put that as an example into the fund, and we have a lot of other things we could put into the fund." Now, on the surface, this is a brilliant idea. A government that brings in revenue by providing actual value versus stealing it from their workers in the form of printing future money for our children to pay off, and then bankrupting us or overburdening us by taxing us into the ground. Additionally, Breitbart News editor Joe Pollock claimed that Trump is also looking at establishing a safety net. He stated, "President Trump will propose a rainy day fund within the Treasury in which the U.S. will deposit a mix of dollars, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. The rainy day fund will act as a sovereign wealth investment fund whose assets, including such cryptocurrencies as Congress may issue to service the debt, can offset the nation's liabilities. Such funds should have a politically independent board." Now, I believe this is a great move, as having multiple sources of income is always beneficial. It appears they even thought about establishing a system to offset some of the risk associated with planned investments. However, some may view this new structure as overreaching by the US government, as they could end up with too much control over assets, leading to potential mismanagement or political influence. I guess it all depends on who's in charge. For example, it's now been proven that Biden and Kamala Harris performed poorly with large pools of money, where someone like President Trump and Elon Musk excel when it comes to deploying large sums of money. But let me know what you think. Should the government be involved in creating revenue, or is it just their sole job to collect it from the American worker? While you answer that, I want to show you how our government has been stealing our money and then wasting it on their friends and pet projects and NGOs to overthrow the American people. Let's watch this together.
22 years, the Department of Treasury has denied 0 requests for payment. You understand how insane that is? That in more than 2 decades, anytime a government official or a bureaucrat wanted the Treasury to pay for something, 100% of the time they paid. Now, we didn't know any of this until Doge took a look. And while they were investigating, they obviously wanted to interview and get the records from the highest ranking official. And the highest ranking official at the Department of the Treasury was a man named David Lebrick. And instead of doing the interview and providing the records, this dude resigned. He literally gave up his chance at a government pension just so he didn't have to answer any questions from.
Okay, so this guy gave up his entire federal government pension, healthcare benefits, monthly income, because he doesn't want to be involved in an audit. And now Elon Musk and others are exposing why he was trying to hide this.
Doge. Now, what were some of these approved payments that they were going to ask him about? Well, one of the first ones they were going to ask him about is why the Pentagon spends $600 million a year on sushi. And that's not even in like the top 50 of worst expenditures.
Our government is spending $600 million on sushi? Are you kidding me? Oh, let them have cake and eat it too. These guys are literally living high on the hog while most Americans struggle to afford groceries.
Did you know that the IRS is spending $230,000 a month on cinnamon roast K-cups for their headquarters? This is a headquarters building where 92% of the employees are working from home. 92 out of every 100 employees in that office are home, yet they are still spending $230,000 per month on just cinnamon K-cups from Starbucks. Oh, and those little plastic coffee cups? Yeah, they were spending $1,280 per cup. $1,280 per little plastic cup. Yeah, you know what? We'll just keep pretending that we don't need to investigate our government expenditures. Or we'll pretend it's normal that the Department of the Treasury hasn't denied a request for payment in 22 years.
Oh my gosh. So they take our money and then spend it stupidly here at home, on pet projects, on flooding the country with illegals, on giving them free health care, on foreign wars, and then they can't account for any of that. Nobody wants to audit the government. Nobody wants to audit Ukraine. This is why they don't want to audit, because they're stealing our money and then misusing it. All right, now in regards to making America wealthy again, Doge is making great progress in saving taxpayers billions of dollars. The department stated this morning 20 consulting contracts, mostly focused on strategic communication and executive coaching, were terminated for an immediate savings of $26 million a year. Elon Musk explained strategic communication and executive coaching is a fancy way of saying money laundering. While this is a great move, even better results have already been achieved. According to Breitbart News, the biggest savings came from canceling DEI contracts within government agencies and foreign nations. Doge stated through January 29th, 2025, 85 DEI-related contracts totaling $1 billion have been terminated within the Department of Education, GSA, OPM, EPA, DOL, U.S. Treasury, DOD, and USDA. $1 billion was contracted for DEI. I'm so glad we are getting back to merit-based success. Unbelievable. And then did you see how much money they were spending on DEI and LGBTQSA plus pet projects in foreign nations? For example, trans story hour for kids in foreign nations. I don't want trans story hour in America. I certainly don't want to pay for it in Ecuador and Argentina and Brazil. Why is my money going to that? All right, now, Jamie Raskins, the representative that led the charge twice on impeaching Donald Trump, said he will now use the power of Congress to block President Trump's people from getting into office until Elon Musk stops investigating how Congress has been spending money. Let's go ahead and watch that together.
Elon Musk, You didn't create U.S. aid. The United States Congress did for the American people. And just like Elon Musk did not create U.S. aid, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him. Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that under Article 1 of the Constitution. And just like the president who is elected to something cannot impound the money of the people, we don't have a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk. And that's going to become real clear.
All right, calm down, Jamie Raskins, you little rascal. So, number one, he's not doing anything illegally. He didn't illegally access. He was given permission by the President of the United States of America to enforce and to review things within the executive branch, which falls under the president's power. On top of that, Elon Musk correctly points out the very people protesting that I stop exposing the illegal black market, dark of night spending of taxpayer money are the very politicians that stand to benefit from these stolen tax dollars. So, Jamie Raskins, goodbye. Nobody cares what you think. The popular vote went to Donald Trump. The electoral vote went to Donald Trump. This is exactly what we want. Now, is Elon Musk going to get in trouble? I don't think so. For once, DC is finally on Elon Musk's side. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Ed Martin, vowed to protect Elon Musk on X, warning others of consequence if they try to interfere with his investigation of government corruption. Here is what the Attorney General of DC had to say. Let me assure you of this. We will pursue any and all legal actions against anyone who impedes your work or threatens your people. We will not act like the previous administration who looked the other way as Antifa and Black Lives Matter riots, as well as thugs and guns, trashed our capital city. We will protect Doge and other workers no matter what. One last warning for you. Late last week, we indicted an economist who worked for the Fed for economic espionage for the communist Chinese. Please be very aware that there are those who are acting against our American people in every way. Refer to us for any questionable conduct and detail that you find or notice. Elon Musk wrote, receipt on X acknowledged. So basically, the Attorney General for all of Washington, D.C. is saying, we legally have your back. You have permission to do this, and legally we will back you. So the Attorney General can't turn a blind eye. If Elon Musk and his team are finding corruption, then it needs to be rooted out. Unbelievable. All right, now, I want to tell you more. I've got some other big stories, many of them about Elon Musk and the corruption. I also want to tell you about our sponsor, but first, check this out from the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a GLP-1 glucagon-like peptide. The story of that, since you like animals and the natural world, a guy down in South America was looking at Gila monsters, those really scary things, and he realized they don't have to eat very often. I wonder if they're hungry all the time or not. Turns out it takes their blood, isolates a peptide, which turns out to be GLP-1, puts it into other animals, and realizes it suppresses appetite. Amazing, right? Like this is what I love about biology. Some dude who studies Gila monsters. Turns out humans make GLP-1. GLP-1 is stimulated by things like yerba mate tea. Certain other compounds, plant compounds, stimulate its release. But what does it do in the hypothalamus? It suppresses hunger, by way of there's a particular brain arcuate pathway, blah, blah, blah. But it also affects the mechanosensors of the gut so that you feel like your gut's full. Like it's almost like you're getting like a pharmacologic tummy staple.
All right. So GLP-1 is basically the hot buzzword over the last couple of years. You've maybe heard about it: semaglutide, Ozempic, tirzepatide, rutatrutide. So Joe Rogan, an MMA fighter, the most famous podcaster in the world, was bringing attention to this GLP-1. But Dr. Andrew Huberman says, listen, you can do a shot, but our bodies produce this on their own if you're given the right instrument. So you can inject yourself with Ozempic or semaglutide or tirzepatide. These are synthetic GLP-1s, or you can go about it the natural way. Now, Black Forest, a longtime sponsor of this show, and their scientists have developed this 5-in-1 natural GLP-1 booster. So unlike Ozempic, this GLP-1 booster supports weight loss without affecting bone density or muscle loss. It uses natural ingredients, green tea extract, cayenne pepper. These all stimulate the GLP-1 in our gut, in our body, in our bloodstream. It helps with hunger spikes, making you feel full, and helping you to metabolize at a faster rate. All of these things can lead to weight management without the nasty side effects of these GLP-1 shots. Now, you take this pill and it will help your body boost on its own. So right now, if you buy 2 bottles, you get 2 free. Just go to blackforestsupplements.com/Steve or take a picture of the QR code in the middle. This is an amazing offer. If you want to naturally boost the GLP-1 in your own body, check out Black Forest. Check them out right now. All right, now Senator Chuck Schumer is trying to smear Elon Musk and pretend like he's going to cancel people's Social Security or that USAID is in any way connected to Social Security and Medicare. They aren't. Democrats are losing their mind over Elon Musk finding all their corruption, kickbacks, money laundering schemes, and fake charities. Take a look at what Chuck Schumer had to say about Elon Musk.
And the American people, mark my words, the American people will not stand for an unelected, secret group to run rampant through the executive branch. Being innovative is good. But, Mr. Musk, this isn't a tech startup. These are public institutions that deal with things like Social Security and Medicare and national defense and provide for the well-being of the American people. And the American people have a right to be part of that debate. Part of that debate. The elections occurred, and one viewpoint got a few more votes than the other, but that doesn't mean we throw out democracy.
A few more.
That doesn't mean what's been done for centuries in this country should just go out the window and be substituted by a small group of people who think they know a lot more than the wisdom of the American people.
All right, so former majority Senator Chuck Schumer, the American people will not stand for an unelected secret group. Are you kidding me? This is exactly what Elon Musk is exposing. This is the shadow government. This is the secret group of unelected people moving hundreds of billions of dollars without the knowledge of the American people into fake charities, into Democrat pet projects, funding illegals being brought into the country, being given better benefits than our seniors, than our children, than our veterans. And you're saying there is no fourth branch of the government named Elon Musk? President Trump has put him in charge of exposing the very stuff that you seek to hide. Shame on you, Chuck Schumer. You are funding this through Congress, but then it's these unelected secret groups that are undermining the American dream, American values, and secretly destroying the United States of America. God bless Elon Musk for exposing this stuff at the risk of his own life. Now, Senator Ron Paul says that USAID is the shadow government and that they are wasting hundreds of billions of dollars right under our very noses. Stolen tax money filtered into USAID and spent in the dark of night. Unbelievable. So thank goodness for President Trump putting Elon Musk in charge of this. Now, Representative AOC, who struggles to articulate that Elon Musk is somehow dumb and morally bankrupt, this coming from the least effective member of Congress, according to data on which bills are introduced and which ones are passed or not. Listen to what AOC had to say about Elon Musk, who has an incredibly high IQ and like 5 of the most successful companies in America right now. Check out what she had to say.
Dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of.
Hey, let me know over in the comments, please. Would you characterize or describe Elon Musk as unintelligent? Would you characterize or describe him as morally vacant? This is a man who figured out how to put solar panels all over the United States of America affordably. This is a man that figured out electric car technology. This is a man who has put more satellites into space than anyone else. This is a man who gave Starlink to the Ukrainian people during the Russia-Ukraine war, to the people of North Carolina when Biden refused to do anything. This is a man who figured out how to drill under the earth to bypass traffic in major cities. This is a man who figured out how to send rockets into space, bring them back, reuse them, and then catch them in midair. They literally land themselves. And AOC used to be a bartender until she became a member of Congress. This is a woman who can't figure out how to live on $170,000 a year salary, plus benefits and an unlimited spending purse. So maybe you're the unintelligent one, AOC. Maybe you are the morally vacant one as you go on national television and lie through your teeth. But let me know over in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. I think he's intelligent, and I think he's doing a lot of moral good. He seems to really care about America. He seems to really care about the environment. He seems to really care about making America great again. And he cares about space travel and renewable energy and telecommunication. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased. In international news, President Zelensky of Ukraine has accused America of shorting him money. He stated, when people talk about 177 billion or even 200 billion, we've never received that. We're talking about tangible things because this aid didn't come as cash, but rather as weapons, which amounted to about $70 billion. When it's said that Ukraine received 200 billion in support, the army to support the army. That's not true. I don't know where all that money went. So he states, what if 58% of U.S. taxpayer dollars sent to Zelensky never reached Ukraine? Where did it go? Did the CIA skim money off the top? Did this go into the pocket of Ukrainian officials or generals of the Ukraine army? Did the big guy get a slice before leaving office? If Zelensky's claim is true, that he only received 75 billion of 177 billion, what will Washington, D.C. do next? Maybe Elon Musk should audit where all of the money went for the Russia-Ukraine war. And if it's true that Ukraine did not receive this money, we are talking about major corruption, like $177 billion of government corruption. Would you like the money sent to Ukraine to be audited? If yes, I want you to type Y. And if no, I want you to type N. Please, I want to hear from you guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be your source of truth. This stuff is investigated. I'm trying to bring you the receipts, as they say online. I love it. I love being able to do this news show for you guys. If you could, please give this video a like. Even if you're subscribed, when you hit like, it tells the computer algorithm over at Google and Rumble. Share this with more people. Also, thank you guys so much for helping me get to 1.9 million amazing truth seekers. I love you. Thank you so much. And I will see you on